Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Krishna, Hare 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 Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hey, good morning, everybody. Thank you for coming. The link is on my timeline if you want to come live, and also in the comments. Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare. Good morning. Hey. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hey, good morning, River. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Krishna, Gauranga, Nityananda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Rama, Rama, Hare 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 Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. All right, here we go. I had to advertise it because it doesn't look like, I think they're shadow banning me now. So I had to, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jesus Prabhupada, Jesus Prabhupada, Jesus Prabhupada, Jesus Prabhupada, Jesus Prabhupada, Jesus Prabhupada. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasari Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasari Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Nityananda Gauranga 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 Shri Krishna Chaitanya Radha Radha Govinda Radha Radha Govinda Radha Radha Govinda Radha Radha Govinda Shri Krishna Chaitanya 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 Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Gauranga, Nityananda, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Nityananda, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Nityananda Gauranga, Nityananda Gauranga, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Gauranga, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Shri 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 Krishna Chaitanya, Nityananda, Nityananda. Nityananda, Nityananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Nityananda, Nityananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Nityananda, 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 Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Radha, 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 Radhe, 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 Radha Govinda, 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 Radha, 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 Radha Govinda, 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 Radha Govinda, Radha Govinda, Radha Govinda, Radha Govinda, Radha Govinda, Radha Govinda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Radha Govinda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Radha Govinda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Radha Govinda, Radha Govinda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Radha Govinda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Radha Govinda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Oh yeah, Radha Govinda. Oh. Radha Govinda, Radha Govinda, Radha Govinda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Radha Govinda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Radha Govinda, Radha Govinda, Radha Govinda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Radha Govinda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama. Woo! Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Radhe Govinda, Radha Radha Govinda, Radha Radha Govinda, Radhe Radhe Govinda, Radhe Radha Govinda, Radha Radha Govinda, Radha Radha Govinda, Radha Radha Govinda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Radha Radha Govinda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Radha Radha Govinda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare
Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Chant a little bit without the music. See how that goes. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama, Rama Rama, Hari Hari, Hari Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Rama Rama, Hari Hari, Hari Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Rama Rama, Hari Hari, Krishna Krishna, Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Rama Rama, Hari Hari, Hari Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hari Hari, Hari Rama. Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna. Yeah. Krishna Krishna Hari Hari. Let's try it with this thing here. Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari Rama Rama Hari Hari Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Rama Rama Hari Hari Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Rama Rama Hari Krishna 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 Hari Hare Rama Rama Hari Hare Krishna 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 Hari Rama Rama Hari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hari Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama Rama Hari Hari Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama. Chapter 11 of Majjhikanda here. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama. Yeah, okay. Hare Krishna, Gauranga. Oops, didn't work. Let's try it another way here. There it is. Pastimes of Nityananda. O Lord Gauranga, O Lord Gauranga, O most precious treasure. Isn't that the truth? The more you get to know Gauranga, the more you see what a precious treasure. You know why? This is my reason. This is why for me. It's because when I
I think you're frozen, Guru Maharaj.
Yeah, frozen Maharaj.
Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna.
Hare Rama, Rama.
Hare Rama, Rama Hare Krishna.
Why is he in the school? Because he's in the mood of Srimati Radharani.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Krishna Krishna Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare
Ram
Krishna.
Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna
Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama.
All right, we're back. It's that time of the morning. Oh Lord Gauranga, O most precious treasure. Most precious treasure, O unlimited ocean of Krishna Prem. Unlimited ocean of Krishna Prem. All we have to do is tune into it. It's in the name. Yeah. See, this is the whole thing, is by hearing about Lord Chaitanya, he's the precious treasure. You find it because it makes you feel good. See, better than anything in this world. I notice on Facebook they're always saying, pay attention to this, pay attention. You notice that? Pay attention to what I'm saying. And then you pay attention, but how do you feel afterwards? That's the thing. See, when we pay attention to chanting the holy name, how do you feel? See, if you're not feeling nothing, sounds like to me you need to be awakened. You need to associate with those who feel something when they chant the holy names. See, that's how you get it. I don't feel anything when I'm around it. It doesn't do anything for me. Well, then you got to be around devotees, you know, and have your spiritual body awakened, because it's not mundane, it's spiritual. Spiritual feelings. Spiritual feelings transcend mundane feelings. You got to go through the process. You got to wash your clothes. See? Hey, this stuff has to come out of you, all that stuff that prevents you from feeling spiritually, to feel that actually the name of God is the most precious treasure. Because it awakens the most precious feelings, which is Radharani, devotion. Okay? Feelings can either be precious or they can be destructive and miserable. If they're earthly, they're destructive and miserable. They just lead you to more births and deaths. If they're liberated feelings, see, oh Gauranga, you're through your name, I feel so inspired, uplifted, free. The name of God, wow, it liberates me. Freedom. Oh, the pastimes of the Lord. Wow. Oh, unlimited ocean of Krishna Prem. Where do you come from? Big mystery. You are the Lord and maintainer of the helpless, and the true friend of the downtrodden. Why is that his glory, the helpless? Because you almost have to come to the end of your rope, right? You think, I'm going to be saved by this rope and that rope. You have to come to the end of all ropes, and then maybe you'll listen. Because Maya's always like she's a temptress. Oh, here's a rope over here, man. Your happiness is over here. Grab over here. So when you finally realize, oh man, there's no hope for me, there's no rope out there is going to save me. And all of a sudden, God appears in your mind somehow. Devotees appear and they say, oh, I'll grab onto this rope. Do you think Fauci's going to save you anymore, or Bill Gates, or Trump? No, they haven't saved me yet. Yeah, well, grab onto the names of the Lord, His pastimes, His qualities. They'll save you. Okay, what do I got to do? What do I got to do to be saved? Yeah, that's what, the early Christians, they did it through attraction, actually. When Jesus disappeared and they went to, and they were cleansed, see, they followed the process first. They followed the process first. They heard from Jesus, a bona fide spiritual master. See, bona fide spiritual, they heard and they got cleansed. Okay. And then they went and prayed when he said, okay, well, go pray there. So anyway, the Holy Spirit, the Holy Spirit is this feeling. See, they heard enough and they were cleansed by the word. See, the word of a devotee. See, the truth of a devotee, the ecstasy, the emanation of the devotees. See? So they cleansed. Okay? And then the Spirit came upon them, the spirit of devotion, this feeling of feeling free and liberated, set free. This is set free from the box, see, being boxed in this material world. And the Pharisees saw that and they thought, wow, this is attractive. And they asked, what must we do to be saved? That was the important question. People need to come to that point. They have to see, wow, that's really attractive. So what must we do so we can feel like you guys? Well, you guys can tell them now. I don't have to tell them. Tell them, well, this is what I did and it works. See? Come in the line. Become you want to feel like this? Come in the line and follow the process taught by our guru. And taught by you in your example now. See, this is a disciplic line. Everybody lines up and gets the same ecstasy of love of God. Yeah, it's a great process. See, that's why you can't teach this level unless you're an example of it. I can't do it alone. It has to be together. Even Lord Chaitanya couldn't do it alone. It had to be done with his associates. Okay? We do it together, and then people start to see. Because the bottom line is, how do you get into this state of consciousness? Otherwise you're going all this way and that way. How do you feel when you're listening to these other persons? Are you feeling liberated? Yeah. Like we heard a testimony from this one devotee yesterday. He was saying, yeah, in Australia, I've seen lives destroyed by people going to ISKCON. Can you imagine? You go to get relief. You go to God, and then you think you're going to get relief, but then you end up, your life is destroyed. What is this? See? This is why you need, again, living devotees who have the result of being truly liberated. Liberated in God, in Krishna, in Christ. You need their association. Otherwise, people make a mess of it. They use God, they use Krishna, they use Prabhupada's books and destroy things, destroy everything. And So you need the devotees who are achieved the result of being in God. Being in God is being really, truly, genuinely, spiritually connected and happy. Free, freedom from the speculations in the world, freedom from the miseries of this world. How can you feel miserable when you're in God and you feel that? You feel God's transcendental presence. You feel what He feels. Free, clean, clear, happy. I mean, spiritually, the joy of the Lord. Yeah. See? So that's what it's all about. That's what, people don't know that. They listen, they hear from people who, they the vibration doesn't free them. Yeah. Just a second, this light is too much. There we go. Okay. You are the Lord and maintainer of the helpless, and the true friend of the downtrodden. Doesn't the Lord help everybody? He does. He helps the demons. Look at this. Isn't that amazing? Demons and demigods, they're using God. They're exploiting the Lord. They're exploiting His resources here in the world. But then there's this quality. He's the maintainer of the helpless. Well, He's also the maintainer of these demons also, and demigods, and everybody. Isn't that interesting? But He's the maintainer of the helpless. Well, what is that about? You ever thought of that? How is He the maintainer of the helpless? We'll ask that question. Let's hear some answers.
By giving them real life.
There we go. Because the real God beyond the modes of nature, the transcendental Lord, maintains the spiritual body, which is the real life. That's why when that awakens, it's like, ooh, it's a revolution. What is this? What is this happipiness? What is this ecstasy that makes me laugh and cry and cry in tears that are different? This is what I get reports. As soon as this awakening happens, people get these new tears. They say, well, how come these tears aren't full of pain? And, why is this not like the sadness I feel in the world? I feel actually purified by these tears. Hey, it's a transformation. Hey? Your spiritual body is awakening. See, so now you're maintained by a new potency of God, and you're learning. See, we're all learning; it's growing in us. Oh yeah, Lord, you notice we need this maintenance every day, right? That's why this is interesting. Those who really get connected and hooked on Krishna, on the truth, on what do you call Shuddha Bhakti, they want to come every day. Yeah, why not? I want to come. I feel like this is my maintenance program. And then they come online during the day and also get more maintenance. Some after a while, we become high maintenance devotees. We need a lot of maintenance. You notice? You ever hear the high maintenance woman? I'm a high maintenance woman. I need a lot of maintenance, a lot of attention. We become high maintenance for Krishna. It's like, hey man, sorry, high maintenance, man, need a lot of attention. And it doesn't matter because he never decreases. He's got plenty of, if we get a high maintenance man or woman, it takes a lot of maintenance. It's a lot of energy, man. It's like, yeah. But Krishna, he never decreases. Oh yeah, you need to use me more, man. Exploit me. See, everybody's exploiting his material resources. We're exploiting his spiritual resources. Isn't that amazing? Isn't that wonderful? I love it, man. Let's exploit Krishna's spiritual resources. They're inexhaustible. What did I just read? Inexhaustible praying. It's so inexhaustible. I get exhausted. I can't take it all. Too much for this little body. What a great mission, to connect people, to awaken them, to this new kind of maintenance, new kind of exploitation. Come on, man. Use that propensity. You demons and demigods, you want to exploit the resources of this world? Here, explore the resources of the spiritual world. That possibility is here now. That's our work here. Like, it was nice. This new lady came. Maybe she's watching. Amy. And she was saying, God, I looked on her page. There wasn't one picture of Krishna. I looked through the friends. There was no devotee. I was the only devotee friend. And I'm thinking, what is this? These people, like Christina, they didn't have any connection. And she says, I don't know how people cannot be attracted to Krishna. You put it in such a way. And that's what was always my kind of dream. Because, it's like, I said, when can we preach like Paul? Paul, when he ended up giving up, going to these Vides, who wouldn't listen. What do they call the Jewish people? They were doing the rules and regulations. We're Jesus. He finally said, Pharisees, yeah, got sick of it. He said, I'm going to bring this message to the Gentiles, the ones who knew nothing about religion or Jews or Jewish rules. They didn't follow any rules, really. They were just naturally good people. Even there were a lot of good people, but they were not spiritually. And they just started to take to the message. See, if it's put in a way, and so anyway, I looked at her thing, and it's just not, and she said, well, it's just so attractive. I don't know how, Krishna's really attractive. The way you put it in a way I could get it. Yeah, that's the way I've always been. I never believed that you had to have a dhoti and neck beads to worship God. Even as Krishna, I was, what is this? I have to dress. So I thought it was so external, So I just, so my thing is just preach the internal truths. Anybody, time you want to jump in, just jump in and say anything. Yeah. So, just preach the internal truths. Did you want to say something, Lalita? Go ahead.
Yeah, because Amy, she feels attracted to you because you have the attraction of Krishna. A spiritual master needs to be attractive. He needs to have this attraction in himself, in his preaching, in the vibrations, in the way how you bring it. Krishna is preaching here, and that's what attracts her.
Yeah.
That's what
it's a vibration. Yeah, it's almost like like little children, they identify with their parents at first, and it looks like it's the same kind of thing that happens spiritually. When your spiritual body is awakening, it comes with this identifying. You start to feel like your parent, and that's necessary. We need that feeling. They call that para attachment. Actually, it's actually in a book in Nectar Devotion, where what they call shadow attachment. You feel the moonlight rays, and that's like, see, that's part of the awakening, because it's the feeling. You know, otherwise you can't feel that people will listen and they just, what are you talking about? I don't. So a lot of Vaides are like that. They're not attracted to this at all. You know, they say, no, what is this? And you know, just they bounce right off. So anyway, whoever is attracted, it's like you can see where the Lord draws who He wants. We just preach and share, you know, and just worship, do the worship, and publicly, and like on Facebook. And whoever the Lord draws.
May I say something, Gurudev?
Just do it.
Yeah, okay. The disciples from Narayan Maharaj, yeah,
Yeah.
they were watching some of your classes, yeah,
Yeah.
and now they wrote me. I'm connected with them on WhatsApp, and now they
Yeah.
wrote to me that I cannot come to them anymore because they are just in the beginning state of their spiritual life,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
Yeah.
And now, what can I do?
What does that mean? They're just in the beginning stage of their
I
spiritual.
don't know. They are just beginning. I don't know. But they don't want my association anymore.
Well, yeah, you know what happens is they hear the preaching of that's ISKCON does it, and Gaudiya Math does it, and Gaudiya Speed. As soon as these people in the authorities, this is what I've seen. I don't know if it's that situation, but it could be. As soon as the authorities hear, oh, don't go listen there. We have our authorized speakers. See, so don't go listen there, and that's just kind of it's just that's why it's those who the Lord wants to draw. He may not want to be drawing out of the groups right now. He might want to do it like this, like he's doing here. You know, new people or people that are kind of, you know, like they're at the end of their rope, like that Lokaji. He just gave up. This guy. He says, this, and he's sitting there worshiping every day anyway. That's sincerity. Can you imagine? No association really, and saying, I'm going to do this. He's honest, and so he's staying alone until this associate comes. Then he can recognize it. See. So the Lord draws who He wants, and we just go and share and do our thing, and one by one, the right people come. And it's probably true they're at the beginning of their spiritual life, and it's not ready for them to do. It's okay. It's not like it's under our control. It's under the Lord's control. That's the beauty of it. Spontaneous, whatever happened, and then it's a surprise. Like I told Alita yesterday. Yeah, I like surprises. It was a surprise. New people coming, and they come. Right. It happened the same thing. It's not like millions of people came right away. It just one by one people came, and it was right when, like, see, this is the same kind of time. It's just the same pattern. It's always pretty much the same. The Lord started to express ecstatic devotion, and then Srivas came out with the prophecy. Now our Vaishnava numbers will increase. It's the same thing now. See, otherwise, real Vaishnavas, this is real Vaishnavism. Otherwise, you're not quite real yet. You're practicing, you don't know what it is to be a devotee. Means devotion, means ecstatic awakening, means liberated soul. That's what it really means. Well, that's being expressed here. That's being grounded here. See? So that is going to attract whoever the Lord wants to come, who's ready for that. If they're too much in the beginning, that's the Lord saying, well, they're too much in the beginning. They cannot understand this. But, when it's their time, they will. It's just kind of how it is. This is our mission. This is our precious mission, precious jewel. We're growing a garden of pure devotion. We have all the tools. Everything's here. You're all tools and weapons now. You're weaponized. We've weaponized you. Krishna's weaponized us. We're here to destroy Maya. to give life to people. This is real life, man. There's no life. There's no life even in Vitae unless it's, I mean, real life, unless it's really juicy with brain, right? This is our mission, to fluff that out, get it more clear for everybody. You know, that this is the Holy Grail. This is the oasis in the desert of this material universe. This is an oasis. This is a place of respite. This is where you get the real shelter. Whoever's ready for that. If you're too much in the beginning of your spiritual life, you know what you think? Oh, this is what is going on here. It's all the same. Every devotees are the same. Oh, but these persons who don't have real bhakti, they're the real gurus. You know, so everything's mixed up, you know, and you can't sort it out yet. So, okay, gradually in due course. Bhakti Vinod was dealing with that, you know, 100 years ago, more. He was dealing. He says, well, most Vaishnavas are not awakened, and he kept writing his books for the future. He knew the future. Prabhupada also writing those books. You know what Prabhupada said? My guru's books, Bhakti Vinod, he said those books were for me, but not necessarily for others. See? So Prabhupada's books, the Goswami's books, I'll say the same thing. They were written for me, but I don't keep them for myself. And for you! We want to give them out now. It's time for the presses to roll. See, we're rolling the presses, man. No, I don't want to just keep them for me. No way. That's time to say on the order of Prabhupada and Krishna and the whole ball of wax. Get them out there. Get these presses rolling again. Pressing out the real substance, man. You know, real glorification, juicy, so people can awaken, have their spiritual bodies awaken and exploit Krishna's spiritual potency as much as they want and desire. You want a little, take a little. You want a lot, take a lot. Whatever much you can handle, go for it. All glory to Lord Vishwambara, the most powerful and regal of the Brahmins. See? Question. Why was he most powerful? We've got a panel here. Why would only the deaf one probably won't speak, but anybody else can. He will only hear. Maybe he'll speak. Let's see. Why was Lord Chaitanya the most powerful and regal of the Brahmins?
Because he had love of God. Because he had the moeder for Srimati Radharani. Was combined.
Yeah. See, he wasn't just like any Brahmin. A lot of people impressed. Oh, this guy's a Brahmin. Oh, he's sannyasi. He's Gurudev. Yeah, but who's the most regal of them? See, who's royal? Who's royalty? You know, and that means, see, that royalty is that devotion. Who's awakened onto the spiritual platform? Who's a Shuddha? Who's a Shuddha Brahmin? Who's a Shuddha sannyasi? See? Matter of fact, who's a Shuddha Vaishya? Matter of fact, who's a Shuddha Sattva? That was like Arjuna, he was a Shuddha Sattva, right? Who's a Shuddha Sudra? Oh, you could be a Shuddha Sudra too, yes. You have the symptoms of that Shuddha potency going through your transcendental spiritual veins. Can people see that in the world? See? Shuddha Sudras. That's what we got. We're making Shuddha Sudras here. And maybe Shuddha Sannyasi, so as soon as we get their attention, you're going to see a few of them are going to come. Why not? Truth is here, man. My Lord is here. He's in control. He's the controller, man. And we just bring him down every day. Get stronger every day. After a while, he'll be taking the stick of truth and smacking those sannyasis with it. getting their head down where he is. Man, we just bring that Lord through, don't we? I mean, that's what I have to. Why shouldn't sannyasis and gurudevs who don't have this put their head at the feet of truth? Why not? Isn't that what they're supposed to? They're out there looking for Krishna. Well, hey man, he's here. We're announcing it. We're the Rough Riders. We're the town criers. We're the what do they have? These other guys. Who is that? The redcoats are coming. The redcoats are coming. Yeah, Radha's coming, man. Radha's coming. What do they call that guy? Paul Revere. We're on our horses. Hey, Radha's coming, man. Radha's coming. Bhakti's coming. Yeah, there you go. That's conclusive. One guy yesterday, one of our members, I like it. He speaks his mind. Gives me some. It's like somebody to duel with a little bit, with conclusions. You know, Jesus is my spiritual master. He said, he announced it publicly. He does that. Jesus is my spiritual master. Only Jesus. I said, that ain't conclusive. What is this? He took away my sins. Oh, really? Stop there. What about all those sins with all those drugs you've been doing? Who's taken those away? You know, he took he took those before, but there's so many we're generating. You notice? So many sins being generated. You think it's just all or nothing? Yeah, Jesus took my sin. Now I'm perfect. You know how many Christians are still screwed up? Jesus took all their sins away, and boy, are they still, they still have, their lives need still some more maintenance. You see, the Lord is our maintainer. See, we need to learn to become conclusive. This is the thing. You can get contaminated by the Christian philosophy as it is. See, Jesus took my sins, and forget about, what's going on in Sadhu Sangha. That's okay, but Jesus is the one. What is this? No, the truth is Jesus brought forth God through his word. All devotees do, real devotees. That's what purifies us. And I quoted the verse. Yeah, go ahead.
First of all, he needs to be ecstatic if he wants that Jesus takes his sins away. First of all.
Yeah. Well, ecstatic.
It's not by dying on the cross that Jesus will take automatically. That's not very logic.
Yeah. Well, sometimes people, they have an awakening because of faith in Jesus' word, and that's great. And the thing is to continue that, and that's why, a lot of them, they listen to the preaching of Paul, which is nice to meditate on. The words of devotees. But it's good to understand it more clearly. Otherwise, there's a lot of this inconclusiveness floating around in Christianity, and it causes a problem. It causes a problem in understanding what we're doing. Causes a problem not understanding, your sins are taken away by hearing the pastimes of the Lord, the truth about the Lord. That connects us with the Shuddha level where purity is, and then the ecstasy comes from that. And that is what dissolves our sins, like you're saying. It's the ecstasy, but that comes from conclusiveness. It really helps. Otherwise, there are a lot of Christians struggling with the world still because they don't understand this. Like when you have a clear target, a clear understanding, this is how you do it. This is the formula. Let me hear about Krishna. Let me talk about Krishna. Let me chant his name. Let me chant or Jesus's, pastimes. Let me go and engage in devotional service. See, and the result of this is it pleases Krishna heart. He awakens, and all the sins they're burnt. It's like a mosquito zapper. Just the blue, that blue light, and the mosquito goes in there, and then the blue light. Well, that's Krishna, the blue light, blue guy. zaps the mosquito sins and stuff. But you got to get him, you got to continue to pleasing the Lord, otherwise the sins build up. And especially when you get inconclusive philosophy and start preaching that. And see, that's the thing, you got to be careful who you believe in our, who are part of our Sangha, because they can mislead you unless they're really spiritually advanced. And the Lord has taken strong hold of them, and they understand what clear understanding is. So, that's how, things get, after usually a realized soul disappears, things get more unclear. It's like it did with Prabhupada, just. Okay, anyway. Victory to all your associates who are like honeybees attracted to the nectar of your lotus feet. See, victory to all your associates. See, everybody is downtrodden in this world. There's no victory here. There's only Maya's victory. And she makes you into a slave. And the world is reflecting that now. There's no victory. Victory is into the associate. Victory was Jesus. He even said, a stronger man has bound this Maya, this devil, a stronger person. See, there's victory for the associates. When we are awakened, when we become a real associate of the Transcendental Lord, then there's victory here. What did we read yesterday? All glories to all victory to the holy name of the Lord. Those who chant the holy name, there's victory, man. When you chant the holy name in ecstasy, that you've got the victory. Nobody else does. You are an associate of the Lord. You are associating with the Transcendental Lord. And that's proof. Is your degree of devotion awakened? All glories to the associates. Oh, you want victory in this world? Associate with the associates who have that victory. Otherwise, you're not going to be victorious. I'm sorry, man. If you don't chant the holy name in ecstasy, and that is your proof that you are an associate of the Lord, then there's no victory for your followers. You're in process of understanding the truth and not conclusive enough, and so are they. And all your fastings and all your study of the Vedas is leading to the ones who've attained victory by the Lord's mercy. And that mercy is chanting the holy name. It gives victory over even the rules and regulations. Just like, Sanatana Goswami said, all victory. This in Brihad Bhagavatam, read the first chapter. All glories to the holy name. All victory, all glory. It's freed me from the hard work of even deity worship. Even said right there. And all the rules and regulations, I'm victorious just by chanting the holy name in ecstasy. With bliss and ecstasy. I have all the purification I need, all the inspiration I need, all the spiritual power to overcome that I need. Okay? So why wouldn't you want to associate with the real associates of the Lord, who have that kind of victory, who all glories to the holy name. See, who chant that whole name, they got the devotion backing their chanting, see, and the conclusive understanding of all of the scriptures which light up in their eyes when they read them. Okay. You want victory? Associate with the victorious, and you're going to get victory. Now, isn't that pretty simple? You want to be successful in real estate in the world? It's location, location, location. You want to be victorious in this? In spiritual life, it's association, association, association. Hey, boy, yeah, location is going to cost you a lot of money, man, because everybody knows, hey, man, I'm going to be victorious because I have knowledge that if I get the right location in real estate, but it's going to cost me a bundle. Okay? Here, it costs you nothing, and you get a better result than that material result, which is only temporary. Here, I'm telling you right out, I'm giving everybody freely. It's association, 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 and you'll be victorious in this spiritual life. You'll get what nobody else is getting. None of these gurus are getting because they don't understand the principles of association, association, association. All they have to do, anyone, whether you're a sannyasi, a guru, or one of their followers, is associate with a real associate of the Lord, and you will get more victory than a million of those gurus. With all their followers and all their big PhDs, you're going to get better. Okay? Hey, this is what these people just starting their spiritual life can't understand. They can't even understand this, but maybe they will. Can you imagine a person says, well, I'm just starting my spiritual life. Well, God, if you're just starting, how would you like to finish your spiritual life? How would you like to complete all your lessons in a week? Yeah. You're starting your spiritual life. Well, how long do you want to keep trying to start it? It's like you're like a caveman trying to light a fire with 2 sticks of wood. How would you like to just take the lighter, man, and light the fire? We got the lighter here, man. We got the blowtorch. You want to light your spiritual fire? You want to burn up all your karma? Well, come here. We'll make it easy. Otherwise you want to sit there with 2 sticks and try and start a fire. You'll be doing for 40, 50 years and still trying to light the fire, man. Here, instant blaze. The truth, man. Ecstasy. Truth. What else do you need, man? But clear, conclusive truth and ecstatic love. You'll figure it all out. Have it figured out, Otherwise, you're trying to figure. Look at some of these; they get contaminated with the Christian understanding. Even it becomes a contamination because they're unclear. What is the real guru? Oh yeah, it's just Jesus. Oh yeah. No, it's who's empowered by who empowered Jesus. You got to think. You come to those who have victory, and then you start to think properly, clearly. Otherwise, everything's unclear. If a devotee disappears and then they start preaching, their inconclusiveness. They start, oh yeah, it's like this, and everybody gets confused again. That's why we're here changing things here. We're gonna make sure that there are a lot of people that get a clear understanding here. See, already I hear good preaching here in our Sangha. When the person do their classes, very clear, very, very conclusive, will give shelter to people, give them stability and some solidarity in their spiritual life, and not go off this way and that way because of people's mental speculations. That's why these books are phenomenal, man. They're very clear. Give real clarity to what is spiritual, what is material. Most people don't know. They can't distinguish. All glories to all your associates who are like honeybees attracted to the nectar of your lotus feet. See, again, a real associate, they like the nectar. They like the nectar. The lotus feet are in his pastimes, in his name. See, attracted to the nectar in that name. That's an associate. See, now this person is a friend of Krishna. Look at the symptoms. They chant the holy name. They taste the honey in that name. That's an associate. There you go. You're going to get all victory coming. I don't care if they're Sudras. I don't care if they're wearing a dhoti or not. Are they attracted to that honey in the name? And if they are, you'll have the symptoms. There'll be this crying, laughing that talks about that right there in our books. Chaitanya Charitamrita, Nectar Devotion. Those who are friends of Krishna, associates, associated as a friend, right? You associate transcendentally. That that's manifested in your temple. Oh wow, in that temple, in Lalita Ganga's temple, look at that, her body there. You see the symptoms of friendship with Krishna, intimacy with Krishna, the happiness of Krishna, the joy of God is special, it's different. See? You need to find those honeybees. See, that's where it's all associated. You want deliverance, man? It's all about that. All the verses are saying the same thing. One just comes to mind. Anchalila, chapter 7, verse 1. Even a fallen, conditioned fool, something like this, paraphrase, can be eternally liberated by associating with those who are licking the honey from the lotus feet of Lord Chaitanya. And that's in his name and his pastimes, qualities. You see any of that going on here? Is there anybody honey lickers here? Now, do you know what honey licking is? Is that clear what these verses mean? Is honey licking any of these good? Can you tell now anybody who really wants Krishna now in this life? Because you need real knowledge, real clarity. Can you tell now who in ISKCON is licking the honey of the lotus feet of the Lord? Is it clear yet? And who is and who isn't? You need to know who is. That's the highest truth, manifest. Who is licking that honey and crying and laughing and choking up because they love, truly love. They have the symptoms of loving God. And who doesn't? Who's not licking that honey? Because you're not going to be liberated by those who are not licking this honey and becoming ecstatic. Is that clear out there? The reverberations? Are you tasting this eternal nectar that is the immortality? It's the holy grail juice, man. Are you getting any of that kind of love juice? Not this love juice in this world. This love juice. Juicy love there, huh? Look at Lalita Madhava's face here. He's picking up something.
He heard his name.
I love that verse. Victory to all your associates who are like honeybees attracted to the nectar of your lotus feet. You are as dear to Paramananda Puri as his own life. And that, again, is another secret. I love how these poets write this stuff because it's so deep, so real. You're as dear to Paramananda Puri as his own life, because that's the light. When you're purified, when you're raised to the ecstatic platform, you realize, oh man, my life is Krishna, man. What else is there? I'm just a hollow flute sitting on the shelf. A flute doesn't play on its own. See, that's self-realization, Hey, your position, that's all. And you live on the grace of the Lord. He is your life and soul. And then the Lord is thinking also, he says, where am I without my instrument? He's thinking, I want to play a song. Where's my instrument? Where's my instrument? Here, Lord. Here, play me. Let us meet together. Let us kiss. See that? You notice the flute has. You ever seen the flute has lips, right? Isn't that funny? And then the flautist has lips, and you put them together. Hey, this is again always Krishna. He's teaching through symbols. There's kissing going on. Transcendental kissing. You want to find Guru? Well, where's this kissing going on? Who's kissing the Lord, and who is the Lord kissing? It's mutual. You ever see? Go look at a silver flute. You'll see their lips on it, and the person presses their lips. Amen. Are you like one of those guys or gals? Are you kissing the Lord? Is He kissing you? That's what we want to see. That's conclusive truth. See, that's devotional mellows. See, this is what Lord Chaitanya came to teach, and this is our mission to teach this again. This is called Raganuga Bhakti, spontaneous devotional service.
I mean, while He's blowing life inside of you.
Exactly. He's giving the life, and what are we doing? We're giving it out. It's like that's the line. He's imparting through. We become instruments for the Lord. That's why you gotta get purified. This is hollowing out. Krishna makes these bamboo flutes. Well, what do you got to do? It's got all these obstructions inside. You got to hollow it out. That's what you do here. Hollowing it out. Getting it so the new life can flow through you. This is what Krishna did to Putana. Putana, he sucked out the life of Putana. Her life was poison. She had poison in her nipples because she's a pot of poison. This is the world. You're like that. You're poisoned. And therefore you exude various levels of poison. See? What did Krishna do? Sucked it out. You come here. Krishna uses us. Part of our work as flutes is to suck out the poison. Okay? And then all of a sudden, and you may say this, leave me, I got to get away a little bit. I've heard this a few times. Leave me. And you can't leave because, Krishna won't let go. And then the poison's out more, and then he puts in the bhakti. See, now his breath, his lips press against yours. And then all of a sudden the tune comes. A beautiful one, attractive one, interesting, fascinating. Yeah. So that's, another way to look at these things. See, I love this. And you are the greatest wealth in possession of Swarab Damodar. Isn't that what I said before, that this is real wealth? People don't believe me. You see, I'm just repeating what's in the book because I've got some little bit of understanding of how much this is the real wealth. I collected a little bit of silver, just in case the fiat currency goes, right? But, I look at it and I think it's nice and shiny, everything, but I can't get any rust from it. Just like a dollar bill, I can't get any, it's like I try. So I look at it, and I realize, God, Krishna, you spoiled me. You're the real wealth, man. I chant your holy name and the ecstasy. Man, that true happiness awakens. You spoiled me, man. These little toys can't really do it now. This is how he gets us. He gives us a higher wealth, that's why your spiritual body has to be awakened. Otherwise, you look, every day we're giving wealth out, tremendous wealth. We're playing with the wealth. Wealth is this love, this devotion. Wealth is Radha and Krishna. Conclusive understanding and truth is wealth. Ecstatic love is wealth and bliss. And we're playing with this every day, right here on Facebook Live. And a lot of people look and they say, what are you guys doing? What are you guys doing? Our wealth is we're busy with all this other stuff in the world, all this mundane stuff. We're busy watching Fauci and Bill Gates, or those who are against them, or trying to, fight them. And here we're playing with this wealth, which is the Lord, and overcoming everything, overcoming unhappiness, being purified of all the sins we picked up looking at all this other bullshit in the world, all this mundane stuff. This is the real wealth, is Satchidananda, man. Is pure devotional service, is talking about the Lord's transcendental truths, chanting his name ecstatically. However you want to do it, in whatever way, no hard and fast rules. Just where is the ecstasy in the chanting, man? That means that's Radha's there. And the name, where can you see, boy, this name must be special, because look, they look so happy chanting it. Where is that? Well, that's where deliverance is. That's where real wealth is. That's where you can become wealthy. You spend your time in such a place, you're going to collect a lot of wealth, man. Real wealth. You're going to see like these liberated souls see.
It's another bank account. It's a bank account of another body. I have a transcendental body. Yeah. It's internal. You always carry it with you. Nothing external. You can't lose it. You can only win. Only win. It's an investment for all your lives. Eternal.
Yeah, I like that word investment too, because the Lord used it in the Atmaram verse. See, you could be either a bad investor or the topmost investor, and that's a transcendental. You invest in the transcendental body. See, because people are investing in the physical body and what relates to the physical by the external material investment of their time and energy and monies. Okay, here we invest spiritually in the spiritual body, because this is what makes us immortal. Already the devotees, many of them have attained immortality here. Yeah, we're just here. This is just icing on the cake. We're just here to share now, and also develop more more ecstatic love. This goes on forever, even in the spiritual body. It's always developing, because you're feeding it. And when you don't have a material body in the way, because sometimes it gets in the way, you got to feed it, and it just takes time. But when you don't have that in the way, you just feed that continually, and expansion forever. Never stops. And here we get a taste of that. We experience some of that. It's amazing. And that's why we keep coming back and need to gas up, Otherwise, you're just full of gas. These people are just full of hot air and gas, in the world, worldly people. That's all it is. They talk about everything that doesn't invoke their ecstatic devotion. This was Lord Chaitanya came here to teach. All these people are talking about things that don't make them more blissful, don't lead to more ecstasy. Right, just when you listen to people fighting, right? They're fighting over, over control. The demigods want control of the demons. And the demons want to control everything. Okay? So they fight, and you're listening to their talks, and everybody's miserable. The demons are miserable because they're in fear of losing, and the demigods are in fear of losing control. It's all a control thing. The devotees are not in fear of losing control. They want to lose control. I want, when I chant, man, I'm here to lose control. Hey, man, Lord, lose it, man. I just want to be lost in that, lost in your ecstasy, and trust more. It's a trust game, and just the trust. The more you trust God when you're chanting, the more you surrender like that, the more He takes you up, lifts you up. And that's like it becomes a lifestyle. It's like, hey man, let's just surrender. And everybody else is fighting for control. Oh, you guys fight, too much energy. I mean, I looked at this. Is that it? Yeah. Is that it? Let's see. Yeah. Yeah. I looked at this thing fighting for control. It's like, God, I can't even muster up the energy anymore. Yeah, you guys fight it out, man. Whoever, the Lord is ultimately going to, he's going to have his way. I don't feel like participate. Too much energy. I just want to put my energy into this. Waken the spiritual body. Collect as many people, inspire as many people as possible to feel attracted to Krishna. Just like, Amy's here now and she says, I don't know how Krishna can't be attractive. He's so attractive. That's wonderful. This is more people like that. Whoever comes 1, 2, 1 million, let's just do what we can. Because this other baloney going on in these war games, it's just games. These guys, they have these desires, the demons. We're going to get the highest Ras of controlling everything. Oh, God, and people fighting it because, the highest happiness is attraction to Krishna's spiritual form. These truths, just to sit around. Could you imagine if everybody, demons and demigods, if they just both put up white flags and say, okay, we're going to stop this. So what are we going to do with our time? Well, come over here. Come and listen about transcendental truth. Come find a greater happiness than this war games you're doing down here. That's why I say we're here for everybody. Hear these words that invoke this kind of ecstasy. You see this ecstasy here every day? You see this happiness, this increasing happiness in the devotees? Yeah, you want that? How would you like that to be your life? Or do you want, this is what both parties, and the fear, everybody's in fear. Give me the mask, give me the shots, all this game stuff. Devotees, hey man, our arms are up in ecstasy. Let life, let death come. Who cares? Just let the real life be always flowing through me. This life of bhakti, man. This life of Lord's play. The play of God, his transcendental dance. Let this happen, man. Life and death in this world. And all these war games. Boring. That's why probably even Krishna didn't want to leave Vrindavan. Come on, you got to kill some of these demons. Oh, I don't want to. This is too much. This love place so great, man. I don't want to leave this. You got to do it. He was begging. Come on, my hooker, you got to do it. You came here. That was your purpose. He said, but I didn't know Vrindavan was here. I came to Vrindavan and I got lost. Lost in a way that I love. I love to be lost in Vrindavan. Otherwise, everybody's lost in the material world. Here I'm lost in ecstasy. Lost in intimacy with the source of the demigods and the source of sages and the source of everything nobody knows. I mean, it's so entranced by that. I tell you, it was really hard for Akrura to get him out of Vrindavan. You can read it. It's right in there. Okay. So could you imagine everybody just waves a white flag, a truce, and then it's funny because there's this Swedish series out, and it's like, and I'm watching it because I can't stop. It's so interesting, and I know the punchline in it already, and it's so relishable because these guys it's the demon. They got these guys. They're called the giants, and they show their lizard eyes, and then they take the human form. That's what's going on. They're like these lizards, and they're shape changers, and they change into human form. So there's these guys, they're called the giants, and then there's the Odin, who who represents God, actually, because he's all-knowing and everything like this. So you got this thing going, and a war. He represents like the demigod type thing on all this. But there's these two families fighting each other. They're not, one family against another family. One is the giants and the other is like this. And what's happening in this play, they're fighting, they're angry at each other and everything. But some of the family members from each side are becoming attracted to each other, and there's this kind of things are going in a very interesting way. They're starting to mix because there's this attraction. See? So this is basically, I see Krishna behind all of this stuff. And I say, yeah, that's it, man. This is what's going to happen. This is the Lord's message. Is this intimacy with God, is what the demons have and the demigods, everybody. And he's going to start to mix with us, all sides. That's why it says in the spiritual world, the demons and demigods are there. Okay? Whoever gets this mixing and becomes intimate with the Lord, they just throw down their weapons, and then they become lovers of God. And the lion, this is the idea, the prophecy, the lion will lie down with the lamb. See? So, it comes down to it. And so they call is the Lamb of God. You see, the Lamb of God was the sacrifice for the Lord. Here's a new revelation. Just download it today, just now. See, so the Lamb of God is the sacrifice of God. This is what Christians don't know. But they could know if they came here. So the Lamb of God is the sacrifice that is pleasing to the Lord. So they say Jesus was that sacrifice. See? So they think because of his death, that's the sacrifice, that's the Lord. Okay, that's for the Jewish people. They got to see blood and they got to see death before they'll believe in a savior. That's just how they do it. And the Lord goes, okay, I'm good with that. I'll work with your mentality. The main thing is you believe in my devotee, man. That is the main thing. And that's what I teach here. The main thing, the essence, so people can understand where God's working too in other places. See? It's got to have that sacrifice. See? It's the Lamb of God. Takes away the sin of the world. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we've got that sacrifice here. The Lamb of God is being sacrificed. You know how that sacrifice? They say, well, see, Jesus is God. He's this one sacrificed. God and man. See? So we're doing the same sacrifice here. See, the Lord is the sacrifice. Didn't he say, Bhagavad Gita, I'm the sacrifice. I'm the butter, I'm the ghee, I'm the everything. He's all the ingredients, everything. Yeah. Sadhu Sangha, Harikatha. What we're doing right here is the sacrifice.
Is it
We
not
don't need all this. What? Go ahead.
Losing your false ego?
Oh, that's part of it. Yeah, that's all goes in the fire. See? There's a fire in sacrifice, right? Fire, all this stuff's burning up. See, hearing, chanting, remembering. This is the sacrifice. There's no material blood that's needed, no death. Only the death of what we throw in the fire. That's all, and we want to. Actually, after a while, you realize, this is a hindrance, all this false identifications. Ignorance. Let's throw them in the fire. Okay? So, we're throwing, this is a sacrifice here. And the Lamb of God is basically Krishna in the sense. He's the Lamb, isn't he? He's a transcendental one. And so we throw the false ego, which is actually him, also in the material form. We throw that in the fire. It gets the fire. It's like fertilizer. It makes it fruitful. We throw all these things in. This is Sadhu Sangha. This is what we do here every day. See, this takes away the sin of the world. It says, Lord Chaitanya said, those who chant the holy name in ecstasy, they hold back Kali Yuga. They purify the universe. This is what we're doing. Harikata speaking about these truths, talking about, everybody's polluting the world. We're overturning all of that pollution because this is more powerful than anything. The truth is more powerful than anything. Then lies are, that's why they try to censor everything and all this, and everything, and censor truth. And that's not even this truth. This truth is the truth of truths. This is topmost truth. This is not mode of goodness truth. This is transcendental truth. This is the most powerful of everything. This purifies the demigods and the demons. These talks will be ultimately attractive to everybody. Why not? It's the truth. Highest truth. Highest reality. Distinguished from illusion. That's everything else, even mode of goodness. That ain't good enough. It's like filthy rags before Lord Chaitanya. All your fasts and all that stuff, that ain't good enough. You just got to find out where God is working. Where is he at work in this world? And that's a transcendental place, transcendentalized. See? That's a transcendental circumstance. See? Not material, transcendental. It's a transcendental place because Harikata becomes a place of pilgrimage right here, right in this motorhome, right in your house. This is a pilgrimage place. We're in pilgrimage. Do you know that? You don't have to go anywhere. Kingdom of God is within and at hand. We pull it out, man. It's within. We just pull it out. We know the process, know how to do that. Truth has set us free. Truth of ecstatic devotion. Truth of conclusive understanding of the absolute truth. Hey, place of pilgrimage. Yeah, this is the time. This is the time. See, time, place, circumstance. Everything's here. We're preaching transcendental truth according to the time, which is now. Right this second. The next second. And the next second until we're finished. This is the place and this is the circumstances. See how we do it. See, circumstances, camera, microphone. Hey, nice little karaoke machine. Nice, works according to what we can do. People all afraid on the streets now, So we do it like this. It works good, nice. So, Christina says, we must drink only holy water to stay clean. The holy water is coming from Krishna Chaitanya flowing through us. Exactly. Holy water. Water is ecstatic emotion. Water and emotion, yeah. Truth in the ears. I don't want Krishna to leave me, or more like I don't want to forget about Krishna again and only acknowledge Maya. See, it's great. See, we learn all these things. We got the religion of this age, according to Lord Chaitanya, is to remember Krishna, remember the truth. See, Krishna, who is Krishna? Remember Krishna. Well, who is Krishna? What is Krishna? See, well, Krishna is the truth. Okay? And by remembering Krishna, it pleases the Lord in the heart. You could say that's his form as Radha. Okay? This is our duty. In this way, there's no duty. See, there's no duty now because we're doing it like this. See, never to forget. And that's why we every day reminding each other. It's really, isn't it great? Great way to, then the day goes nice. See, all auspiciousness. See, we're following the way of the acharyas teach, following the Bhagavatam. See, there was a statement in 10th canto. I think it was Vasudev said to Nanda Maharaj when they met. He said, I don't have to ask about your good fortune over there in Vrindavan, because anybody who does their duties to Vishnu, to Krishna, by, hearing and chanting and remembering about him even, they were right there with him. How can there be any inauspiciousness in your lives? You want to live a life like that? Well, then that's how it's done. See, sadhu sangha. The Krishna says, I'm not attained by austerities and by fasting and by renunciation and by sadhana and even by chanting mantras. I'm attained in sadhu sangha. I'm attained through those devotees who chant the holy names with great ecstatic devotion. Very easily attained. That's why this is for everybody. Anybody becomes attracted to hearing these talks, which we make for everybody. You're a religious person in Vaishnavism or Christianity, or an ordinary, just a regular Joe in the world. Well, the truth is for everybody. We're all related to the source. I can use any word. I can use a source. I could use Christ. I can use the higher self. It's all the same, man. We're all related to that person. Or you can even think, well, it's an energy. Okay, you're related to that. That is the source of your life. And look at these pastimes. They've put in such a nice way. Connect everybody. See, this is self-realization. Is you see how it's all related to the source. You see that all paths even are like pearls on the string, same string. I notice I can take any of these guys, these teachings and teachers and everything, and show how they're related to the source that they usually don't even know. But that's comes with self, you start to think like the Lord. The Lord gives you the mercy. He shows you what he likes, and what he likes is fantastic. What he knows is fantastic. Is it, his understanding of life is the best and the most amazing. And these revelations come through these transcendental books written by those who are very intimate and close devotees. They've been hollowed out, man, and the Lord uses them to bless us. This is the prasad. See, we get Mahaprasad this way, and it becomes Mahaprasad when the devotees speak these things. Become more understandable, more clear, more relishable, more sweet. It's like poetry, huh? We didn't get very far. Or maybe we did. It's hard to tell. You are the greatest wealth in the possession of Swarab Damodar. Again, it's hard to get through these statements. They're so profound. You are the greatest wealth of Swarab Damodar. Okay? That's why you got to go to the distributors. See, they're so wealthy, man. Swarab Damodar, if he was here in this world, you can attain wealth just from being around him, being close to that person, hearing from him. You know how people in the world become wealthy? This is well known. So this message is for you who have become materially wealthy, for like the Bob Proctors and these other people thinking, oh, wealth, how do I do it? Oh, it's very simple. Just hear, learn, associate with wealthy people. Isn't it funny? It's all saying the same thing. See, you want this is, and and even Bob Proctor, we listened. He said, yeah, and people are just ignorant of how to attain wealth. He said, I'm not very smart, and I became a wealthy person just by hearing and reading and studying these wealthy persons, hearing from them, listening to them, associating with them through that way. And I became wealthy, even though I'm not very smart. And I say, Bob Proctor and everybody and anybody, you also want to know what real wealth is beyond that? Because that comes and goes. How about this eternal wealth? You want real wealth, real life, man? Real gold that's better than this gold that comes and goes. Come to those who know it, who possess it. That's here. Many of us possess this wealth. It's the Lord himself, transcendental mellows, emotions, spiritual emotions awaken. You can see it. Come and see. Come see if you're impressed or not by the happiness that you see, the clarity, the logic, the knowledge you see here. Come see. And we say, I say, this is real wealth. I have to say we because the Lord shows me. And shows me what real wealth makes me realize and say, hey, yeah, the real wealth is this relationship. Spiritual body awaken. You know, where your connection with the Lord, this kissing business, transcendental kissing thing goes on. See, and then the Lord blesses the world, you know, to liberate the land. That's the whole purpose of the Lord. His desire is to liberate people from illusion, because nothing is good here. Nada. Zero. It's all one level of illusion or another. The only wealth is to become free of it. That's where real happiness is. Find the substance, the substantial love of God, devotion to God. See, that's the only real reality. Wherever that's why people, there's different paths to that. You know, some people are doing it this way and that way, and the universal thing is devotion. It's like I was seeing this one guy he was promoting devotion, and the process was letting go what was in the way. I said, this guy is on to something. See, he's on to something. He knew devotion was part of it, and letting go what was in the way so they can get more devotion. I thought, hey, yeah, this guy knows something. He even looked blissful. The Lord likes it. He's using that. You know the essence. See? So a real Christian is going to be looking at that. They're going to see, yeah, devotion to the Lord, Christ, and letting go what's in the way. Get rid of it, man, so that you can be more connected with the Lord and less with the obstacles about, you know. Yeah. You are very dear to Rupa Goswami and Srila Sanatana Goswami. You are very dear. You ever wondered, like, you are very dear? Who is this you speaking about? Who is very dear to Rupa Goswami? Can you see that person? Well, Rupa Goswami, what was he doing? How did he show that God was dear to him? He was chanting the Lord's name, you know, thinking about the Lord, writing transcendental books like Prabhupada, you know, writing about who he loved so much, chanting God's name, you know, see, and the symptoms of that love, that dearness was there. Okay? So that's the you. See, the you is God. He's transcendental. See, I, me, and mine. This is part of the false ego. See, I is also is the big I. That's the Lord, the transcendental Lord. See, he's the real light. He's the real truth. See, I am, right? I. Who is that? That's the Lord. Me, that's the Lord. I, me, mine, that's the Lord. Everything is his. And devotees, when they speak, yeah, see, they don't use this. Yeah, they speak about Krishna. See, he's the Lord. Krishna, he's my. See, This is our identity, not everything's mine. This is what people think. This is my property, my wife, my this, my that, right? No, no, this is my Lord. See, my Lord is transcendental. See? I, me. See, my Lord is mine. Me and mine. I. See, that I. Krishna, I. You know, his transcendental name, his pastimes, his qualities. That's the my I'm interested in. That's how we get out of the false ego, false identification. Got to have a higher understanding and truth. Amy says, oh God, I can't see. How do I do this? Oh, there we go. There is more logic in this than anything, including all science. Even quantum physics is desperately trying to understand the concept, but is missing the most important part of it. Yes. Oh, this Amy is so smart. That's true. Quantum physics. You know, how things appear and disappear. I don't know a lot about it, but I should study that a little bit more. Because you could see God is in all of that. Quantum physics is very interesting in that, you know, this way things appear and disappear at different places and all of that. Maybe she can give us more. Maybe she'll come on sometime. Oh yeah, Amy, did you figure out how to come on? It would be nice to have a, let's see, I'll put this link here and you can click on it if you feel inspired. Where is it? Okay, I'll put the link in the thing here. Or anybody else who wants to come on too. Yeah, you know, this is part of the attraction of God is his logic. You know, when he went to South India, people think, well, they don't even think, well, like, how did he preach? He preached the supremacy of bhakti over everything. He preached logically and with discrimination. And also showed the chanting in ecstasy. He was chanting ecstasy, doing what we do, laughing and crying and all that stuff. And then he would present the philosophy. There's a philosophy, isn't it nice to have a solid philosophy? He preached what we're preaching. That's all Chaitanya Charitamrita. That book was empowered by the Vaishnavas and Krishna, who gave the blessing to write the book. And we were so privileged to have that book. You know, and so many books, you know, that present this Krishna conscious truths. They're sublime. They're wonderful. They're better than what scientists have come up with. Because it's all, you know, the absolute eternal truth, when it's presented correctly, trumps everything. If people give a little attention to it, they'll say, this makes more sense than anything. This gives more life than anything. Oh, of course, ecstatic emotion. Why did I never thought about this before? You look at all these people talking and talking and talking. They never say, hey, man, ecstatic emotions is the greatest feelings you can get. And hearing about the transcendental words from devotees is the best, quickest path to experience transcendental emotions, and you'll be liberated from this illusion forever. I mean, where do you hear these kinds of conclusions? This is the absolute path. You know, so simply put, that anybody can understand this. Maybe we'll get some acharyas with big titles to understand this. Maybe some of these persons who start saying they're just starting their spiritual life. I don't think you're really starting. This is starting your spiritual life, is having your spiritual body awakened. Yeah, but you have to have the proper conclusions to do that. That's why, what do you want to beat around the bush? Well, go beat around the bush for a while. But here we just, hey man, just come here. We'll just awaken your spiritual body, man. You want to begin your spiritual life? Well, we just get into what is a real beginning. You know what a real beginning is? The awakening. Isn't it? Beginning of anything. We just cut right to the chase. Let's begin your spiritual life, man. Let's awaken your spiritual body. That's your beginning. Otherwise, you still haven't begun yet. That's why I say people have not read the Bhagavatam yet. You guys have read it 5 times, right? Ask Johan. He read it 5 times, and now he hears it. Now his spiritual life began. Now it's, yeah, I feel it now. I didn't feel it before. I was trying to get it. I couldn't get it. And now he gets it because he has a living guru, which is the process of getting it. You know, it's right there in the book. I say, yeah, you see, it says, you know. So anyway, you got that. You finally got that. All that was all your study. He read the books 5 times, Janaki 5 times. All that study, all those austerities you did is leading to the guru. That's what Jesus said. That's what he meant. It's leading to me. It's leading to me. That's Krishna. And Krishna is using Jesus. He uses Prabhupada. He uses Moses. He's using this fool here also. And he's using a lot of you guys also transcendentally. Materially, I'm not so interested. I only use that for preaching. The illusion, the highest truth, that's illusion. See, false acharya, false spiritual master who's not realized their spiritual life hasn't even begun is part of that illusion. Yes or no? Illusion is illusion. Sorry. See? Reality is reality. Eternal is eternal. Yes? Hey, what is this mixing stuff in? You mix a liberated book written by liberated devotees with a non-liberated speaker, and you don't get a good mix. You get poison in there a little bit, more or less. Still, it's thin. You got to have that book by a person who is used by the Transcendental Lord. And when you hear them, you hear clear truth because it's the Lord speaking through them by medium. See? They're in this kissing process. Flute kissing its flautist. Then you get something clear, something good, more than that. The good. Then you get the good news, man. Liberating news. Yeah, okay. Oops. Lord Vishvambara continued to perform his pastimes in Navadvip. Unknown to every eye, the blessed Srivas Pandit sat in his own house situated in the central island of Navadvip. So Lord Vishvambara continued to perform his pastimes in Navadvip, unknown to every eye. I like that. It's interesting. Unknown to every eye, but not unknown to every eye. If you have the eye of devotion, then you can spot the Lord. See? This is the thing. When our eyes are not open, the eye of devotion, this here is not open, you can't see transcendental truth. That's why you got to associate with devotees. If you can just understand the logic of this, oh, I want my transcendental eye of devotion open. See, Radharani, she knows Krishna, right? She knows the glories of Krishna. She knows the glories of Krishna's name. She knows the glories of just talking about Krishna, right? And the gopis, right? Why? The eye of devotion is opened. See, so how do you get that quickly opened? You associate with those whose eyes of devotion are opened. And you hear from them. You hear what? Stuff that moves away these illusions you've accepted by inexperience teachers who don't know about this eye of devotion. See? Therefore, the real pastimes of the Lord are unknown to them. See, the pastimes of the Lord right here, you notice right here in these books, right here in the books, and they're not unknown to us because the eye of devotion is here. That's why I'm speaking about these things. You notice? See? And you want your eyes to stay closed? Well, keep listening to those whose eyes are closed. But here the eyes are open. They'll open your spiritual eye too. You're always saying the same thing. Everything I see in the verse is always saying, get your spiritual body awakened. That is the essence. Become attracted to the transcendental Lord, not all these speculations on Krishna. Find out who the Lord is. Only those whose eye of devotion is open can see the transcendental pastimes of the Lord, even right now in 2021 in these books, and they will tell you those pastimes because only the Father knows the Son. And you remember I say it again. Only the Father knows the Son, and only the Son knows that Father, because the eye of devotion is open, and therefore that Son, that friend of God, friend of Krishna, intimate friend of Krishna, who has the eye of devotion open, can reveal that transcendental Lord to you, and no one else can do that. Boy, was that emphasized. This is becoming theatrical. I like it. You got to have some theater here, man. But that's kind of the way it is, isn't it? It's always saying the same thing, because that's what it's all about, man. That's why you want to begin your spiritual life. Well, hey, man, don't follow these illusionists. Come here, and we'll dispel that illusion. You want to begin your spiritual life? You send them this class. Say, if you just listen to this class. So you say you want to begin your spirit just to listen to this guy's opinion one time and then give it up if you want. And see if you're not convinced this is how you begin your spiritual life. You actually begin your spiritual life by hearing from a devotee who is empowered by the transcendental Lord, and awaken your spiritual body very quickly. Move all that ignorance out of the way. That's the purpose of Guru. By their word, ignorance is destroyed. Even the ignorance of being misled by those who are inexperienced of this awakening of the eye of devotion. Pure devotion. Hey, can you imagine now that this understanding of the power of devotion is here, and not to have discussion about it? You know, people go in these ISKCONs and they don't talk about the importance of having this devotion awakened. So you can see, otherwise, who the heck wants to talk to blind people all the time? Can you imagine? We just sit here, you want to have blind conversations, and then we'll never talk about the essence of truth, which is the awakening of bhakti and devotion in your heart. Don't ever talk about it, and then it's just blind talking to blind people, and don't even know how to open their eyes or get their eyes open. They don't know the path to that, nothing. They're just talking about things of their blindness. And that's going on in religion, talking about blind topics. So Bhakti Tom says, I don't understand. Well, that's because you need to come up and get your fanny up here there, Tom. You need to be closer to the fire. Okay, so I don't understand. Is Guru Maharaj talking to the people who are listening here now, or to those who are not listening here now? That's a good question. I don't know. I'm just kind of enjoying the conversation. What about you, Lalita? Is it is it interesting? Oh, maybe
Enjoying the conversation as well.
that's all we're doing is just enjoying the conversation. Who am I talking to? Whoever wants to make it their own, I think,
Yeah.
I'm talking to Krishna in the heart. I don't know. I just love speaking about the truth. It just kind of comes, and I just love it's just part of relishing it,
The one for who it is, he will understand. He will
Yeah.
feel it. like you're not.
I mean, if you're trying to figure it out in your head, maybe sometimes you're too much. It could be too much in your head. Like, who's he talking to? Is he talking instead of just kind of just listening, and
So,
absorb, just who am I talking to? Who I don't know. Maybe maybe see some people, when they listen, it's like Karuna does this, and why is he saying the same thing again and again? Well, I'm just it's not like I have an agenda per se. It's just so the Lord shows me these, just taking these jewels and just playing with them, and exhibiting them. That truth to me is jewel. Truth dispels ignorance. Oh, there he is. Yeah, I know. I'm saying the same thing again and again and again. I just somehow love to say it. I don't know. It just has a.
we need this repetition. We are all deaf.
Yeah.
Blind and deaf, so.
Yeah.
I wonder if any devotees in Prabhupada's time were sort of going, "Oh, here he goes again. I'm not the body." How many times do we have to hear this last "I'm not the body. I'm not the body"? I'm sure there were a few devotees who must have sat around going, "Oh God, here we go again with Prabhupada. I'm not the body."
Yeah.
I guess I'm one of those devotees.
At least I progressed beyond that a little bit, huh?
Oh yeah. Yeah, you're the door, the light, the truth, and no one comes to Krishna except through you. And you're the guru, and anyone who doesn't accept you is bona fide, is not bona fide, and they're all rascals. Oh, beautiful, Hare Krishna.
Hey, we got other persons here too. That's why you see, as Krishna uses you transcendentally, then you become guru. Look at people inspired by others. It's not only me. That could be you too. Oh, you guys are you over there at you guys are together, huh?
Vrinda?
Hey there. Hey, look. Hey there. Hey, it's been so long I forgot the little kid's name. What's her name? Vrinda. Hey, there's Ranga also. Hey, Ranga. Hey. Boy, you guys are in the kitchen. Boy, that looks like a psychedelic experience. Hey there, Noodles. How are you, Noodles?
Good, Hare Krishna. We're doing good.
Yeah. So are you going to be there a couple days?
No, we came on Friday, Maharaj. We're leaving today.
Oh, really? Oh.
Friday night.
Did you have a good time?
Yes.
Yeah. That's good. At least you might as well try and go as much as you can before they lock you down more.
Sorry?
Get together as much as you can before they lock everybody down in their houses.
No, I think now it's pretty relaxed here.
Pretty relaxed. Oh, well, that's good.
They're getting better.
They're getting better. Okay, well.
Vaccine, yeah, he's taken the vaccine. I have it scheduled next week.
What? Taking the vaccine? He's taken the vaccine? Did he say? They're stuck.
I think I heard that, yeah. I think I heard it.
Yeah. It's
Gone.
too bad.
Everybody is gone now. Yamuna is back.
What happened here? Oops. Yeah. Yeah. I think you. Oh, yeah, I see. I got to get this off here. All right. So you said you're taking the vaccine? Oops. Wait, it went off. Well, did they say that? Or did they take
I
the,
heard it as well. Yeah, Guru Maharaj. Yeah.
Oh, brother. Oh, my God. You know, their doctors, anyway, it's just a mess. Okay. So, okay, let me go back to this here. All right. Lord Vishwambar continued to perform his pastimes in Navadvip, unknown to every eye. The blessed Srivas Pandit sat in his own house, situated in the central island of Navadvip, and saw the endless and marvelous pastimes of the Lord. He served the Lord with pure love and saw Mahaprakash Leela. Oops. Yeah. Well, anyway, I'm going to say this. I haven't put out a lot of this stuff on my page because, you know, they'll just take it off. But I was hoping people would do their research. I wouldn't suggest taking it because, you know, you can, according to the real doctors, they say it can end your life in 2 years. You know, if not immediately. I mean, a lot of people are dying. And they're just covering all this stuff up. So if you can hold off on it, don't do it, man. You don't need it. Otherwise, you're going to probably have a short life. Why? You got to understand, why are they pushing this so fast? There's an ulterior motive. You got to know this. It's an illusion. These persons are wiping the planet off of people. They're depopulating. And if it doesn't get you right away in a couple of years, this is what many doctors really know. And most of them know anyway. They're just so afraid to speak about this. You know, there's this thing called immune enhancement, man. Was it immunity enhancement? It's not a good thing what this thing does. And you're going to either be hooked on big pharma if you even survive it. So anyway,
It's every year again. You need the vaccine every year again.
Yeah, and then it's going to depopulate. So anyway, if you want to live, try to hold out as much as you can. You know, and definitely don't give it to your kids. You know, don't. This is very insidious thing, and that's why they're covering. Why are they covering? Because they have another agenda here. Also, anyway, I'm just going to tell everybody, you know, that I can't put it. You know, why is it I can't put these opinions on these other doctors? You know, because they want people to just take it, and then, you know, you're going to be around. Within 2 years, you may not be around. That's what I've got. Yeah. So anyway, the information's out there if you want it. So anyway, anybody else, I would just suggest if you can avoid it, do it. And they, you know, this thing, you think that if your employer has, you know, you have to do it because your employer, you need to look into this more, because a lot of people are lying to you, man. They don't tell you your rights or anything. You have to see. Yeah. There's certain things you can do, but you got to do research, man. Don't be lazy out there. Do your research, man. There's a lot of information out there. You got to dig for it. You know, you can don't look at in Google. Google is they're hiding all this stuff and giving these narratives, mainstream narrative. But inside these other browsers like DuckDuckGo and with it Tor. There's a Tor browser. You can get this information that's being censored. There's a world takeover. Anyway, I feel a little responsibility to share this because, I mean, do you want to be around? Do you want to live? You want to live? Well, this is how you do it. If you want to go with the masses, the masses are going. There's going to be probably 90% of the population finished. That's the plan. It's a plan, man. It's happening. It's real. Wake up, man. Really wake up. You want to go? Well, then you're going to go. You just follow the plan, their plan. Otherwise, this is the interrupt here. I mean, I'd like to see people around, devotees around. Don't believe in the mainstream. They're right now, the demons are in charge. The demons are it's not like they're, ultimately God, but you need to listen to people that the Lord is giving the right understanding. And that's part of it. It's like how to stay around. I mean, why not? Yeah, go ahead.
I reviewed, there is a video of how to legally avoid getting a vaccine. If you
Yeah. Actually, wait. I don't want to. Thing is, don't use these words. This is how bad it is. They're censoring everything. Don't use that word. So if you got to do, do this privately with the devotees. So don't talk about it because you're going to just put it out, and I'm going to, have problems here.
Well, we don't need to. We can have antibodies. We can have there is a choice. So
yeah. So, like Amy says, the internet, Google has only one opinion about the subject. They see that Google, it's only one opinion, and they badmouth everybody else. I already got a strike just by putting this. One doctor, they call the mainstream doctors. I put one video up there about it, and they gave me a strike. And like if I get another one, because the person is so truthful, so honest, and so deep on the subject, and that they don't want it. They want people to, and she's, just really giving. I mean, I have a nice video that did I save it? I think I saved it, but it'll be gone. They don't want to hear these truths. So anyway, if you want to be around, try to hold out as much you get. Do your research on this. Is your life important? Physical life? If it is, then do your research. Otherwise, it's in jeopardy now. And that's just a fact. I mean, what I've seen. There's this flow of Maya, the mainstream, everything is just flowing down this. They want you to flow into this, over the cliff physically, Yeah. So these are definitely the last times. I mean, the end times, the end of this world. And so anyway, if you want to stick around for Harikatha, make as much spiritual advancement as you can. Try to hold out and don't go with the mainstream. And actually, if anybody can get on Telegram, we got to start looking for alternatives. Let's not just flow down this Facebook thing. We need alternatives in our communications because they can lock us out in a second. And then where are you going to go? We have nothing. We need some backup plan, And so if anybody else has Lolita, I like when you're not crying. When you're not crying. Yeah, well, whatever, man. I like when she is crying. I think Krishna likes when she is crying too. That's why she likes when she is crying and laughing and all that. Okay. Anyway, I said what I said. Oh, I lost it. Yeah, maybe we'll end it here now. I felt like kind of when I heard that, Yeah, such a shame.
People have free choice, Guru Maharaj,
Yeah,
and you can't be responsible for everybody. Every case is
yeah, I
different.
just felt yeah. Well, maybe he has to for his job or something, but
Yeah.
or yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, if you want to live, don't do it. That's just don't do it.
Don't see a reason why I would do it.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So have a nice day, everybody, and we'll be back. Thank you for coming.
Thank you, Guru Maharaj.
Thank
Thank you.
Thanks for caring.
Well, thank you for coming too. I might come over and see you soon. I don't know. Let's see. I'm thinking about it. There's some